Alright, today we are going to do an AHC fluid flush. The items you're going to need: a pair of gloves, not really necessary, but I like to wear them. You'll need a funnel, you'll need some PB blaster, especially if you're in the northern car with the rust belt, to soak down your bleed screws. You're going to need a 10mm wrench, rags, and then just a this is just a catch bottle. You don't have to use this. You can just get some hose tubing that'll go over the bleed screw and drain it into a water bottle. The other item that you're going to need is a turkey baster, a syringe, or I have a fluid extractor to just remove fluid out of the container. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up shop around the front of the vehicle to the AHC reservoir. We're going to want to see if our hydraulic system is healthy enough for a fluid flush. What you're going to want to do is set the vehicle in high mode, and this fluid level will drop. Then you're going to want to drop the vehicle into low mode, and then this fluid level will raise. And you're going to want to have at least 7, if not 8 graduation of difference between low mode and high mode. If you have something along the lines of 4 graduations, you're not even going to want to waste your money in doing a fluid flush. You're going to want to go ahead and leave the vehicle in low mode. Here we are at the AHC reservoir, which is right here. The AHC pump is right below it. What we're going to do is take a rag and clean off this whole top surface so that when we open this up, we're not putting any dirt or contaminants near this. So you're going to want to use genuine Toyota AHC fluid. You're not going to want to use anything that's aftermarket. And just let me clean this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to take out all the old fluid. So here's your cap, here's a little screen. Go ahead and remove that. Set that down. With all the fluid extracted, we're going to go ahead and refill this container. Before we go fill this up, I'm just going to wipe this, get the dirt out of it. There we go. And you can use your funnel here to make sure you don't spill. I know it's hard to tell there on the camera, but this fluid is a very light pink, and the fluid that we pulled out of the reservoir was pretty much green. So I think that's going to do that for now. Make sure you have a little extra fluid to top off once we finish. Okay, so we're going to move down to the driver's side rear tire, and we are going to drain that area first. So I just want to quickly point out the 5 locations where we're going to bleed the hydraulic system. Each of the components is located between the frame rail and the side step of the vehicle. So up front we have the front globe here. Approximately right here we have the accumulator piston, and back here we have the rear globe. And then on the passenger side we only have the front globe and then the rear globe back here. Here we are underneath the driver's side rear suspension globe, and what I've done is I've gone around and sprayed these with penetrating fluid so that way they hopefully come undone. It's just a 10mm. Up here it's a bleed screw, the same thing as a brake bleed screw, no different. We can go ahead and stick on our capture. And now when you open this, the suspension is going to collapse a little bit, so just be prepared. And there we go, nice green, nasty fluid. So you just crack this until no more fluid comes out, and then you close it back up. So I'm just going to tighten that up. We're going to move on to the next one, which will be the passenger side rear globe. Here we are on the passenger side. You can see the side a little bit better. Pull the dust cap off, and then go ahead and put your fluid catch bottle on, and then crack the bleeder. You're not going to get as much from this side because we already bled a lot of the pressure out of the other side, but we're just going to open this up, and hardly anything came out of here. So now we're going to move on to the driver's side front. Here we are at the lift accumulator, and we're going to go ahead and bleed this next. Same thing, put your fluid catch on, and then open the bleed screw. We'll move on to the driver's side front globe next. Here we are at the driver's side front globe. Go ahead and remove that, cover the dust cap, and then put on your fluid catch, and then crack the bleed screw. And move on to the passenger side front. Here we are on the passenger side front. We are now the closest to the reservoir, and we're going to do this one. Not a whole lot's going to come out on this side though, because the left and right sides are hydraulically linked. So when we bleed all the pressure out of one side, it bleeds all the pressure out of the other side as well. And this is to just show you what the fluid looks like coming out of the hydraulic system. Okay, so we bled all 4 globes. We bled the accumulator for the lifting, and then we went and then we turned the vehicle back on, had all the doors shut. So then what happened was by bleeding all 5 components, we depressurized the whole hydraulic system. By turning the vehicle on and shutting the doors, the computer sees that the hydraulic system is low in pressure, repressurizes the whole system, but we still leave the vehicle in low. We do not raise the vehicle at this point. Once the system is repressurized, I went back to all 5 locations and just cracked the bleeder screw until I saw the new fluid coming out of the bleeder screw, which was almost instantly. So very little fluid on the second time was used. Now that's over, what we need to do is we need to return the reservoir to the previous height. So that way when we raise the vehicle to neutral, this fluid level will drop, and we will be right in between this max min if we were there when we started this whole operation. So currently I've used 2 liters, and I'm probably going to use about a half. So you need about 2.5 liters to do a full flush on this system. When you fill this reservoir back up, you're going to want to make sure your screen's in place, that way no particulates go in. This is the other can of hydraulic fluid that can come in. They've discontinued this can as far as I know, but some of the dealerships may have old stock. And we're just going to return the fluid level back to where it was when we started with the vehicle in low. And I just want to go ahead and show you guys with this is at the max level, and you can see how red the fluid is even through the canister with the light. So that's it. It's really easy. You want to put the vehicle in neutral let it raise, and then adjust, fine-tune your fluid level in the neutral position. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you have comments, put them down below. Here's a link to another video that I've done, and please subscribe. Thanks, guys.